I did share it out this time on Twitter in a couple of places, so maybe we'll get like 10 people. We have 6 waiting though.
Yay.
Hey, what's going on out there to the Splinterlands crowd? I'm going to try to do this tonight, even though I have a bit of a cough. Bajangles might have to carry more of the show. Shout out to Bajangles, who was waiting for the show to start. You want to go ahead and say hi to everyone?
Is coming up to handle most of the show. You just said that Bejangles will handle most of the show, so
I meant to say baby.
if like yeah, I mean if you don't need me, you can just tell me straight, man.
Oh, man. I'm tired. Haven't been sleeping well, though. I can never sleep when I have a cough. It's weird. So,
Hello everybody, and today we have a very special guest, the newest addition of the Splinterlands team, the master of the bots, the ruler of the battle helpers, the one and only Siler.
really? Did you send him the thing? Is he really joining us?
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Oh gosh, why are you messing around with the crowd? Oh
Why
man,
not?
that's funny.
It,
I
it,
guess we can talk about that. I listened to the People Girls interview with Mondroid, and they got into it a little bit. Obviously, it's like one of those things where it seems like Splinterlands couldn't beat him, so they joined him
well,
to the team.
yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world if you have a guy because I think he's going to be filling 2 positions for the team. He's going to be using the Xbot service for free to run all the bots they want to do that aren't going to make any money in the game and give us, more people playing it. That's one of the things that he's going to be running, and so obviously he'll be able to do that. And then he'll actually stop letting people use his battle helper when they're not supposed to.
Maybe.
And Tails said you weren't supposed to trick them yet. And then,
Yeah.
so his service will stop. And theoretically, a guy who, has been helping people break the rules might be able to help find people who are breaking them. I did like to hear. I don't know if you listened to the Mondroid interview, but Bebe said whether the team does it or not, there is a community effort coming out to basically let people know the people that were doing this and put that scarlet letter on their name, at least out in public, if they can't get it actually as a title within the game. So it's good there. But it's overall, I'm just gonna take a wait and approach to it. If he helps us get more battles going on in the whole game, so that it's a lot more fun, and so a lot more people stop with this issue they're having, where we're like halfway through the second season, and I still think that some of the lower players are saying they still have to play people with max cards, and we all thought that they would move up by now, so I don't know what's going on with that. If we have some bots coming in that are filling in, bronze and silver with bronze and silver accounts, hopefully bronze and silver players will more often play bronze and silver players. Gold will have more accounts in gold to play against. And the diamond people will, not get matched down as much if there's at least a few diamond bots out there running to help fill that match liquidity. That's the word I've been looking for. So,
Okay, but do you think it's fun to play against X-bot automated accounts even if they're not earning?
you know what? I don't mind it right now because match liquidity is a problem, and it will be better for the game, especially since they plan on doing some big marketing to really try to take us to the next level. If it's a stopgap solution until you can build the player base, and then I'm okay with it. If this was a permanent solution, but the idea here is to run them, get more people to come in and play the game, and then um, we'll be able to go eventually to the point where hopefully there's enough of us here where they don't have to do that anymore. So I think that that's better than doing nothing. Because if there's not enough people playing the game and they're holding a lot of cards, then adding some bots into the game will just make it a little bit better for everyone that is playing the game and less frustration. And if I understand it correctly, the bots aren't going to be the best players in the world. They're not going to be running battle helper lineups. The idea behind them is that they'll be competitive, but not tuned to be perfect. And I understand. Yeah, Alex. The reason why we're okay with these company ran bots, Alex, is because they don't earn. And hey, Ank, thanks for telling everyone to smash the like. Hello to Dom, Birds, Bees, and Trees, Paul Taylor. Just giving some other shout outs in Supreme Victor Studio. At least that's where I stand. We need match liquidity. One of the things Mondre was saying when he plays the game, since he gets so high, every single time he hits play, he has to wait 2 minutes because there's no one at his rank to play him, which is kind of a funny complaint. And then it opens him up to play the people that are lower ranked. And so, just in general, battles have gone down. One of the reasons why battles in modern is so down is because we don't want to allow player run bots that are extracting. So we're going to put in some company run bots to do some matches. I know it does take away a little bit from the whole idea of a player versus player modern, but right now a player versus player modern doesn't seem to have enough people. So
Well, I just mean because you say it's going to be fun, and yeah, I don't think I having gone through the last several seasons playing against Battle Helper accounts, I don't think that's much fun. It's not for me. It was never because oh they're getting so and so much SPS. It's just like well before the battle starts, unless I'm lucky or somehow figure out exactly what counter to put to the optimized team, it feels like, yeah, that's not fun because I don't feel like the efforts I put in team selection actually reflect the actual result of me trying to compete with somebody's mind, my mind against his mind. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. It is what it is. I haven't shared my opinion. I think I have shared some of it in the Battle Royale channel, but I haven't shared in general. But I think
yeah,
those are
well,
all
I mean,
changes.
I
Those are all
haven't
good
been keeping
changes.
up
I
with
understand.
the battle royale channel. I'm so bad.
Yeah, I understand. I understand the reasoning behind it. I see it as a positive thing. I haven't checked recently Math Chat or any other Discord channel to see what the outcry is from the wild players because I'm sure there will be some. I know I had to spend almost an hour with Bozena on the phone trying to calm him down the other day that things are not as bad as they look for wild players, and that the prices of the wild cards are just an overreaction to the news. Because actually, for wild, nothing changes except not getting as many Glint tokens, which is not really a punishment to them. It's more like incentive for the ones that actually play in modern manually. So they're not going to get less SPS because Wild has its own SPS pool. If anything, they probably will get more SPS because if more players transfer from Wild to Modern, then there will be less players to divide the pool of the Wild with. So basically, then the only thing that affects them is the Glint token, and at the end of the day, no matter how um, how focused the spending of the token is, it's all RNG because even if you get the most expensive chests, they can still only give you common cards. I mean, it's RNG. So yeah, I mean, I think overall, although it seems very bad for the players that chose to build their wild decks. I don't think it's that bad. And yeah, that's what I was trying to explain to him. And he came around, but I do understand how the initial reaction, the knee-jerk reaction would have been, oh, I have to get rid of my wild cards because now they're screwing all the wild players and blah blah blah.
Well, yeah, the wild players are an interesting group to think about because they're the only people who really this would affect are the people who decide to go play wild, and which means they're not big landholders. They're in a situation where yes, they're going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to how much of the glint token that they can earn. They're going to be at a disadvantage and start getting less SPS than they were before unless a lot of people leave wild. So I understand how that's a disappointment. Just because we used to share the chest liquidity pool between both pools, and Wild was taking more of it because a lot more chests were being earned in Wild, but now that's changing. So, like, where they used to get maybe 80% of that pool, now it's going to go to 50-50, which means Modern is going to get like a 30% increase. Now, those numbers are just imaginary. I don't know what it really is. I don't think anybody's published it. So, it's very interesting. But the idea here to me is they're trying to make Modern really hot and good to get it ready for this advertising push they want to try. Crypto's up, crypto's good. Get the bots fixing the match liquidity problem. Get the rewards really hot in Splinterlands. Get the glint really high. Get a lot of us hopefully in a good mood because we're earning good glint and we're able to buy cards. The more buy stuff at the glint store and go out there and try to bring new people into the game. So, will it work? Time will tell. I know that it doesn't. Maybe it's not going to. To me, it's not the perfect solution, but it's a temporary solution to hopefully help with that match liquidity when everybody comes in, and get a lot of people into Modern, and hopefully help the game, kind of push forward into the second half of what is expected to be this crypto bull market and stuff.
Yeah, I would just want to quick shout out to Daphne and thank you for watching the show. I had to do a shout out, so there you go. My shout out. But I think we went through the satellite thing too quickly because there was some concern that were expressed. I mean, well, I'm not hiding that I'm one of the people that kind of have concerns. Overall, I'm happy that he'll be on the good side, hopefully. I mean, it just what worries me, and yeah, I think we're on the same page with Teos here, is that he's kind of rewarded for what he was doing, first of all. And second of all, since there were since it was given the example of people being like hackers hacking somewhere and then being hired as security managers or whatever, that's totally different because, as I said, there are different types of hackers. Some are not malicious; they're just trying to find exploits and vulnerabilities and prove themselves, and they kind of have some morals. And as Teos also mentioned, there are background checks and whatnot. And to me, his morals are still a bit shady, and I'm saying it this way to be as mild as possible, because who's to say that he won't have some high rollers actually um, doing on the side a deal that he'll let them go with the flow, keeping the profit, since he's the one that is actually like the overseer of it all. Like he's
Well,
the one that is chasing the bad guys. If he keeps on being the bad guy, there is nobody who will be actually chasing him because you understand what I mean? Like,
yeah,
so
yeah, I know I understand what you're saying.
I'm
If
not
he's
saying that
like
that's the
at the
case. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying it's a possibility. And based on the morals I've seen from the person already, I don't know how unreal or real this possibility is.
Like the thing for me is, I just have to figure the discussions that he had with the team got him into the position, and so he's willing to shut down his service, which was probably the one that was causing the biggest problem. Um, and the other thing is the blockchain doesn't lie. If he wants to take payment for these type of things from a couple different whales, this is how he got caught in the first place, right? Eventually, somebody realized what was going on. He already got caught once. I don't, I think that leads me to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's not going to risk that again, especially because now he has a paid position in theory that he's risking, and that I can't be sure. I'm not positive he's gonna not let a best friend use it or a couple whales on the side, but it to me this is the best solution they thought they could do right now.
I
Um,
understand that, but from what you said, that he was caught and he won't be risking it anymore. No, that's the freebie you get. Like you're reckless, you get caught, you up your game. So I mean, again, it can be conspiracy theories. It might not happen. It it's likely that it won't happen. But when somebody has proven that greediness is above morals, even though he's getting something certain from the team, a paid something, the temptation can always sway him in the other way. I'm just saying, like, it's a possibility. And I'm hoping whatever they decide to do, I'm hoping he's not the only one overseeing things. I understand
well,
that
yeah,
his
yeah, I hope so
expertise.
too. That I doubt that they would do that, but hopefully somebody qualified is there to at least kind of watch over him. Um, and just the main thing I could say is the hope here is that eventually maybe in the next town hall we hear from Skylar. Maybe then he has a chance to apologize. um, I think he's always thought that what he is doing is not completely wrong, and he's always justified it a little bit
Come
from the
on,
idea. No, no,
come
I
on.
said he thinks
Yeah, but I
because,
mean, do you
but
really buy that?
well, no, but his argument would be that there are people that are using similar tools, so him letting us use them is just leveling the playing field.
Uh-huh. He was also the one that straight into the face of Dave McCoy said, "Oh no, somebody have just created a fake screenshot to put me in a bad position."
Well,
Do
yeah,
you
yeah. Well,
have you seen that?
nobody, very few people who get caught admit to it right away. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna try to solely defend him. Okay, he messed up. He did bad. I'm not happy about it. I was of the first opinion that Skylar should hopefully the Xbox token should just be banned from the game. But the team went a different direction. They're going to try to not start a war. They're going to try not to blow up the community. Instead, they're going to try to hire the guy, clean it up, and go forward. And that's
And I hope
probably
it
the better
works.
option than having a big fight.
And I hope it works. I mean, I'm all up for it, man. Just, there is some kind of something in the back of my mind that about trustworthiness. So yeah, I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope he becomes the best PI of Splinterlands and he brings the end of the automated cheating. So
Do you want to talk about this at all? The deprecation of the mobile app?
no, because there's nothing to talk about. The only news is sure we were not updating the app for ages, but now we stop updating it for sure. So it's not like there were any updates anyways, and we have always been told that a big part of tech modernization was exactly bringing the same sort of um, the same thing from the web and in the mobile. So yeah, obviously that will happen when it happens, and just one step, which for me means nothing. I don't think anybody was using the app anymore. Anyways, I don't think that there was much that can be done in the app anyway. So yeah, I think it's more like a protocol thing, and I think we better spend our time talking more about the Glint token and something else that I'll bring up later.
Yeah, the thing is, the the one thing with the mobile app, for anybody that thinks it's a big deal, anybody who is still using the mobile app, you can play on a mobile browser. You do
Yeah,
have to either use the Hive Keychain app. That's what I use on my phone to play on my phone. Or you're going to need to get your posting key to your phone so you can log into the game on a mobile browser, and then you can play the game. So it works. It works fine for me when I play on my phone. I play on my phone quite frequently during my lunch break at work. So um, it's not an issue where you can't play on a phone or a tablet. There are some things that don't work as well, and they're working on making all of that work in tech modernization. But it made sense to get rid of the app because I don't think they were ever going to be able to have the same functionality in the app as they have in the actual website, and they didn't have the guys to make it work and optimize it for an app. So it was never going to be built, and having a broken app doesn't make a lot of sense, especially because one of the arguments I heard against this on Bebeomega's show, that they needed to get rid of this, is sometimes you
Baby
might get a
Omega is
new
having a
player.
show.
I mean, not why am I confusing you and Pajangles? They talked about it a little bit on their show, and one of the points they made is this app is basically broken. It doesn't work well. And so if you're a new player who gets told to go play the game and you go download the app off the App Store and then try to play, you go, this thing is crap. It doesn't even work. And then you quit. And so it's better not to have the risk that some new players will come in that way. So,
Yeah, as I was just saying, for me, it's just a protocol decision. That's something that has to be done, and it's done. Like no zero effect whatsoever on 99.9% of the Splinterlands population.
so Glint token and the rewards shop. So
Yeah, the tokens, I think there is not much to talk about. It's the reward shop that we can spend some time probably, and it's also not something
yeah, I
that
mean the rewards shop I think will be pretty popular. Also because Matt seems pretty open to adding to the rewards shop over time. Eventually, there being land things in here. It maybe even possibly I've like chests that even have higher opportunities to get different things, and so it's very interesting. But I think it's still going to start pretty good, and will be a
yeah.
nice change.
Are you just a question? Are you keeping all your energy in the end of the season for the new season?
Um, Maybe as we get to the end of the season. Right now, I'm still playing. I might
No,
let
I
it
mean,
save up,
do you
but
plan to stop it and let it build up to the full energy?
probably not. I'll maybe like
Are you
30 or
sure?
40, but I probably won't like skip a day of playing. But I don't know.
So you're not really prepared or thinking that there will be a race for the titles?
You know what? I think there's going to be a race for the titles, but I don't know if there's enough players who are going to go for them for it to matter yet. Did they tell us how many of each title would be played yet in
No,
here? Yeah,
no,
so that
just the rarity, but I'm sure that they will. Not sure. I'm thinking that they will disappear from the shop pretty quickly. I'm just thinking it's going to be a race because you're not restricted to purchasing one, and they're not so bound.
yeah,
So
yeah. So like, it's literally the only other thing that you can buy that you can theoretically sell for money with Glint in the
yeah.
beginning of the titles. So there is going to be some people that want to go that route for monetization. But I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, if they're really, really looked at as something valuable. Having 50 energy on the first day isn't going to do anything for you, and
Well, I think helps it. But
be-
yeah,
because then people are just going to be buying energy, and so they're going to be doing way more battles. So I don't think I want to try to play in that race. So I don't plan to. I'm just going to save my glint up, and if a title's there and I can get one, I'll probably grab one. If not, I'll just keep saving it
yeah. Anyways, you have
until
all the cards that you need. So
yeah. I have every card maxed except for the dragon legendary. So apparently, that is just the one I can't get now. Kulu used to be, but then I started getting Kulus, and
yeah.
so now I never started getting barracks. So I've only got
Yesterday,
him at level
oh,
2.
yesterday I got three gold
3 gold
foils.
is ours. Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that. I saw that. Congratulations. I
yeah.
pulled
Thank
that once, and I pulled a couple other golds.
yeah.
So, um, it,
Those
this is
are
interesting, though.
yeah, but
The
it's something
burning of
that you
soulbound cards for
well
Glint
that
is interesting as an option for people who don't want to unlock their extras. I feel like this is a cool little thing because if you're somebody like me who there's not going to be probably a lot of demand for the extra common cards I have. But now when the next set of cards come out, if I want to be able to buy a lot of those chests to get those rewards cards or those soulbound cards, I can burn my extras. If there's not really a market for unlocking them, it gives them another use case. So this
or
is
you can
a nice little
or you,
thing for this.
or you can burn your extras and try to get the title.
Yeah, that's true. You could burn your extras and try to get the titles. I just, I have a lot of titles, and I don't think I'd replace my high roller title from being a VIP at Splinterfest. So,
But see, if nobody's talking about, first of all, they have utility on land. That's like aside from everything. So you never have enough titles. Second of all, they have monetary value. Actually, the only thing that have monetary value from the reward shop. So the whole I have too many titles, that doesn't really represent the reality, right?
So Dom's. We have a couple interesting comments. So Dom is saying maybe we should stop. Don M. Maybe we should stop releasing anything new and diluting the pool instead of creating a new set of cards and making the amount to appease what you think it will need and wanted. Release like a faction of that. The real problem with that, Dom, unfortunately, is Splinterlands is just not sitting on piles and piles of money. They're doing better than they were, but if they don't release new cards and sell packs and sell promo cards and bring some revenue in, then the team would have to shrink even more, and then it would take them even longer to get to Land 2.0, to get the changes that are coming out and going into the game, and it could lead even to Splinterlands shutting down. And I mean, and so far, every time Matt has tried to get money from the DAO lately, except for the first time when he made it like a ridiculous sweet deal, the community has shut him down. Like they're not going to do this whole promo card deal where we.
They are, but I thought you remember that you were looking at the wrong proposal.
No, the new one is getting shot down now too. See?
Yeah? Is it? It's in a proposal phase already?
Yeah, see? And it's not even close.
Who is being shut from? I'm just curious.
It's basically a Zircon and Cryptomancer. That's 14 million votes right there.
Cryptomancer?
Yeah, Cryptomancer doesn't want to do it.
Well, that
Digital
makes no sense.
Fortress, and
It
then there's
comes
a
from the
couple
team
ones in
then.
here. Imals. I mean, I don't know. Fat Jimmy didn't want to do it. Fat Jimmy doesn't want to do very many of these things. Byzantine doesn't want to do it. The Monster Maverick account, which is Neil, one of Neil's
Are you
accounts.
sure that's the exact proposal? Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, this is the actual proposal, right? SPS governance proposal hires team monsters to develop Bitcoin having Provo again.
By Splinter ones, okay, yeah.
Yeah, by Splinterlands. This is the actual one, and so it passed easily to become a promotion, but
okay, I guess so we won't be spending
yeah, the only miss Bejangle is you didn't get a Zircon to say why he was voting no on that one. Or maybe you did and I missed it, but I don't think you did. And
Birds,
then
bees, and
this one
trees.
here,
Just one
this.
second. Birds, bees, and trees. Glint is the
Oh,
new token that you'll be getting instead of instead of daily focus points, and there will be no more chests. You'll be just earning Glint token, and you'll be able to spend it for chests at the end of the season. Or I think throughout the season as well, right? You can spend it whatever you want.
and then Ape here says that splitting the format into modern and wild kind of ruined the game. Uh, should have been wild slash bot league instead.
I disagree.
I don't understand that wild slash bot league thing, Ape. I don't get what you're saying there. But the you had to split it into wild and modern because they need to keep releasing new sets. TCGs, it's relatively normal to have a modern rule set in modern leagues and modern tournaments, and then classic, or in our case wild, and you allow all the cards. Sometimes if games get big enough, they have 3 kinds of leagues. We don't need that. We're not big enough. So I feel like that splitting was fine. I'm just not sure having wild be the bot league and modern be the player league has worked out as well as we hoped.
Well, but it's still a work in
It's
progress.
pretty obvious
It has
people
been
started
said.
cheating in the player league, and then when you force all the bots to go into the other league, it hurts earnings. So it hasn't been as pretty as I thought as I think it was. So
Yeah, people fail to realize sometimes that everything is still work in progress. So whatever changes come, they're being evaluated if need be adjusted. So like nothing is the end of the world. Yeah, some of the stuff that happens may look not beneficial to you personally, and I'm not meaning you, but anybody. But that doesn't mean that it will stay like this forever, and it also doesn't mean that anything is a final decision. So yeah, I think sometimes I'm spooked by the overreaction of people, like
yeah.
selling their cards dirt cheap, and I don't know, it's just weird to me. But it is
And
what it is.
Last Hope, I'll try to watch that about the killer whales sitting it. It's just Matt has talked about Runway and how much money they had. They sold enough Rebellion packs to get a decent amount more of the Runway. This first promo sale though, because basically they're going to do the promo sale no matter what. The question was the DAO going to prepay them for it, and then the DAO get stuff for get all the money that was made by sales, or does
No,
Splinterlands
no,
get the
no, no,
money?
no. See, that's the thing. The
Oh no,
DAO is
no,
not
they were going to
getting
burn it.
anything.
They were going to burn
Yeah,
it.
the
Yeah.
DAO is not getting anything. That's the difference. So maybe that's why people doesn't want to spend DAO money, because at the end of the day, the DAO gets nothing out of this. Well, nothing straight. Like, yeah, okay, everybody will benefit from the burning of the DSA and whatnot, but technically the DAO will be $200,000 poorer.
Let's see, Ape says, well, the thing is, SPA killed the rental market, and that hurt a lot of people, as well as releasing Soulbound. People fail to release these extractors, maybe extracting, but what are they actually helping in the game? The sense that you can max your rewards cards before they're cheaper. Well, you know, I understand what you're saying, Ape. I'll just counter with this. It's really, really hard for me to fully judge the Soulbound rewards cards and the whole function of Soulbound rewards cards during the very first set of Soulbound rewards cards. Now, I do think that this first set may have been out for a little bit too long, but I might have just a champion views player of that. I'm sure that the guys that play in the lower leagues don't have everything maxed out, or don't think the season maybe has been too long. But, when the next set of Soulbound cards come out, and then these cards that we've been earning can start to be unlocked and sold, and they might have a pretty decent value, at least if you were able to pull like the 3 gold Izars like Bebe and myself, or if you pulled 3 goals of any of the legendaries, because there's going to be people that want those cards, theoretically, if the game is still here and doing well, and we're going into the next Soulbound set here in a couple months, and the only way to get them is from you and from me and from the other players. It does take some investment by us to unlock them. That's just going to raise the price of these cards because the new floor is going to be that amount plus something. But I think Soulbound was a good solution for basically what happened to the regular rewards cards once the game got big, because there are some amazing cards in the game that just got farmed to a ridiculous number and have no
To
value,
oblivion.
even though they're very good cards. And it's just because there's a bajillion copies of them. And doing it this way solves that problem. But I can understand how at this point, if you've been playing this whole time and you feel like those cards are worth nothing to you, they're doing two big changes. You can burn them for glint, and pretty soon they'll be unlockable to be sold. And after that happens, is I think when we'll be in a better place to judge how the whole Soulbound experiment has worked. At least that's where I'm at.
I have always been a proponent for the Soulbound rewards, and I still stand by my opinion. I think that was one of the better decisions they have made, in my opinion.
And Dom, you
Because
will be able to. Dom said it'd be cool if you could burn them. You can, but only for glint.
yeah,
So that's only going to
and
be able to. You're only going to be able to burn them to get basically more rewards cards.
yeah. But what I was saying to finish my point, that decision put a big disincentivizing gap in the bot farms, and if nothing else, that I think was what made it worth it because, yeah, they're not so bound forever. Yes, you cannot get them for cheap. You can get them for free. You just need to play. So, and at the end of the day, it feels like now everybody's having them because most people do have at least at decent levels, but we always are supposed to be looking like the big picture ahead, like in the distance. When new people come, they want to be competitive. They find these cards and they buy them, but they don't buy them for pennies because they should be worth something since they're pretty powerful cards, at least some of them. So yeah, it incentivizes people who are longer in the game because they were here when the cards were actually rewards. Like I remember the Ruler of the Sea, the Lord of the Riantes, like all these cards that were costing at some point hundreds of dollars. People were getting them for free once upon a time. And they were not really appreciating them that much because it was something, oh, okay, I get one more, but I maxed. But yeah, I mean, I just get one more. So yeah, it's worthless to me. It only cost like 56 cents on the market. And then it was costing a little bit more. So what I'm saying is, it's not actually if you're a player that plays and collects and builds deck, even if you have extra copies of a card that now may seem to be overprinted. At some point, that might not be the case. I mean, as we saw with Chaos, everybody was thinking that it's so overprinted that we'll never solve the overprint problem, and that it's an abandoned set that we just gave up or whatnot. But recently there was some spike in the chaos cards because it turns out when you put them in perspective of maxing them out, which people now are incentivized to, there are not really that many, and I know there are a lot of unopened packs. But overall, uh, if you're looking at them at single BCX, sure, there may be a lot of them. But if you look at them at the max cards, maybe there are not so many of them. And yeah, I know that we didn't get any of the projected um, new eyes that were coming from the killer whales or whatever. But at some point, and when the team's marketing starts, when everything is ready, we will get new players, more or less. We get some sort of like maybe few, maybe more, maybe a lot. We don't know, but there will be new players, and those new players will be looking to get winning cards. And soulbound cards are like mostly, like not mostly, they're almost used in every battle that I watch. There is at least one card or two reward cards that I see on almost every battle. So it's not like they're going to be just forgotten. People will be looking for them. And I personally, whenever I spend DC to Unbound, I'm not selling it for pennies. If I have to hold it for a couple of years, I will. But I definitely think that at some point those cards will be expensive, and that's not a financial advice.
Yeah, yeah, and I get Ape's little complaint about you have to pay to unlock it even though you earned it for free, but the pay to unlock it is to prevent it from being worthless. It is to prevent the bot accounts from just dumping the market with so many that you won't be able to do it. This is why the print rate of Soulbound cards don't matter, is because of the unlock fees that are going to be there. People will only unlock them if they can sell them for a profit. If there's no demand, they won't be unlocked, and there'll be some equilibrium there. Yeah, it'll make them a little bit more expensive if you want to buy them, but it shouldn't. I still think that's the right way to go with that. So
Yep.
let's see any other good comments here. Thanks again for saying smash the like ink. That was nice, and thanks Aaron B for smashing it. And I understand, most people who might just burn them for Glint, and if all of you burn them for Glint just to get ready for the next set, that's fine too. That means the people who do unlock them will just be able to sell them for more because they will be really, really rare. And there are
Yeah.
definitely rewards cards, soulbound cards that are very meta, and they'll be meta for at least another year, right? Roughly until the next set comes out. So I don't see a big issue with that, but it's going to be a lot for each person to understand. Um, so
At the end of
did
the day,
you?
decisions.
Alex says he plays Bronze for fun.
I can't imagine what kind of fun that is, but I mean, to each their own
Yeah.
fetishes.
So there's been an interesting idea floating around, and Bajangles went over it with Mondroid, and it kind of was from gosh, my brain isn't working. Aftersound. I figured I'd get your take on it, and I'll give my take on this one since it might become a real proposal if enough people get behind this idea, and I wanted to see what our crowd thinks of it. So, they're comparing the success of Parallel, which has been doing very well, to Splinterlands, and one of the key gameplay differences of Parallel compared to Splinterlands is as a brand new player who signs up for Parallel, you can start playing the game, and when you play the game, you are given basically starter decks that have every single card that's just there. They don't have card levels like us. And then you can go play the game, and you're playing the game with the complete starter deck. Now, you don't have every card. This is some of the things that some people who maybe don't know Parallel have kind of assumed. You don't have the legendary cards. You don't have some of the epic cards. But as you play the game, you earn ghost card packs, and eventually you can get those cards if you get lucky. But it kind of puts you in a situation where if you play the game, you can only go about so high, and then you start playing the people that have the legendary cards, and they start crushing you. That's what happened when I played it. And so then it puts you in a situation where you either have to invest money and get those legendary cards to compete, or you have to get lucky and earn enough ghost card packs to pull those legendary cards in a ghost card form. The other thing Parallel does is every time you play a game, they let you know how much Glint you could have won if your cards were real. Then you have the option to go ahead and buy the real cards. There is also some crazy
I think
forging
that's
mechanism where if you get enough of the ghost cards, you can break them down, and I think eventually you can make one real card. It's so slow that it's over the top, but eventually you might be able to make like one good card. So they were talking about changing it so that possibly we went to a format like that. So when you signed up to play the game, you'd get a full set of max level cards. Everybody would have these max level cards, all accounts. So no more crying. I don't have max level cards, and I always have to fight max level cards. The leagues really just become a elo ratings depending on how good you are at playing the game and how much money you've invested into the cards that people don't get for free. We'd have to pick which ones you don't get. I would vote for the airdrop legendary summoners you don't get unless you buy them, and a couple. Maybe we could talk about some of the epics too. This would be kind of hashed out, but the idea would be that so after you win the battle and you go to get your glint, they go, well, you only have bronze cards levels, so you get bronze bronze level glint. But if I have champion level stuff, well, then I get champion level glint. I admit that it changes our game quite a bit, especially because our cards have levels and abilities that they unlock. So it would be a drastic change, but it's basically kind of the idea. You give everybody ghost cards, and then you play the game, and you get rewards based on the actual level of the cards you own. It's an interesting idea. I don't know if I love it, but have you given any thought to it, or have you heard it talked about on any of those channels?
I just hear it from you, but how is that any different than the ghost card that we were having?
It's not different than the ghost cards that we get today. That's the reason why they think they could do this, right? We get ghost cards today, but they're level 1. So instead, those ghost cards would be level 8 or level 4 or whatever. They'd be maxed out. So that when you go play the game, since you can use max level cards at any league, you would have max level cards right away to use. And then you wouldn't have every card, but you'd have a good staple of them, and then you could go invest in the other cards. And maybe in Splinterlands they could do kind of like a round robin where sometimes you get this one card but then it goes away or something like that to kind of help push value into certain cards or something. But it's kind of an interesting idea.
But realistically, do you think we're at a point where we can consider interesting ideas and go for them? Talking about from size of the team perspective.
Yeah, and to Aaron, to your comment, like everyone having max ghost cards just makes it so everyone can compete, but you only earn if you really own the cards. So the bots wouldn't earn really well, and you still need staked SPS if you get into the upper leagues to keep your
Well,
multiplier up.
what if you're owning level 8 card, like you're owning gold level cards?
Then you'd get gold level rewards, in your multiplier. So it'd be like, if you were playing up in diamond, you'd get a rewards cut, but anywhere else you'd be getting full rewards. And you, as far as your league that you end up in, assuming you have the SPS. But the one thing that this would do is it would put a lot more pressure on people to stake SPS as opposed to have to invest in cards as well right away if they wanted to, get that SPS multiplier to the right numbers of the league they were playing in.
Well, I just think that the team is overbooked for the next at least year and a half, if not 2 years, to be implementing something that drastic as a change. And I think their plate is very full at the moment, so I'm not sure it would be even considered. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad idea, but they will have to measure, like, is this more important than, let's say, validators or land 2.0 or whatever it is? And if it turns out that everybody agrees that it's more important, then sure, but I don't think that will happen.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think it's a big build because they already have ghost cards. They've already shown they could do max level ghost cards because they did that at Splinterfest. This is a technology they already have, so it's just really working on the reward system side of the house, and choosing which cards you don't get ghost cards and what cards you do. So it's not as much of a development lift as I think maybe you're worried of. It is a big change, but it's kind of a drastic change to change the new player dynamic. You no longer do you come in and ever be forced to buy 400 copies of a card to have it at max and go use its maxed abilities. and play up in the upper leagues.
Shout
Um,
out, shout out to
it,
Play-Doh. Hey, Play-Doh.
hey Plato, good to see you. Good to see you. Um, and you know, the idea here is it would just change that dynamic and it would make people stay if you went and played. It wouldn't be that like, oh, I lost because that guy has max level cards. I'd be like, oh, I lost because he has that legendary card I don't have because I didn't invest in it yet.
Well,
Or
but the
he
thing,
has that epic card I don't have. So then I have to go buy those and add them to my deck if I want to make it competitive. And it does really drive a lot of value maybe into the cards that are not ghosted. And then, you know, when you're winning games, if you get good at the game, right, you're winning the game and you go, you know, you could have earned a million glint, but you only earned 15,000 glint because most of your deck is fake. And they're, you know, that's literally what parallel does. They goes, you could have earned zero point 0.2 parallel, but you're using ghost cards, so you earn nothing. And then so it's for the players that eventually spend time here and get good at the game is they keep seeing like you could have won this, you could have won this, you could have won this. Eventually they go, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and buy some cards, or I'm gonna rent some cards because I'm tired of this thing saying you could have earned this much and I'm only earning this much. And they're gonna want to rent max level cards, high level stuff. It's gonna push the game to that high level that we want it to be at where this game would really be good because like you said, if everybody wanted max level chaos legion stuff so they could earn max rewards, then there's not enough. Not everybody can even have it, but that way you could theoretically have as many players as you want. It's an interesting idea to just try to get basically to just turn Splinterlands from a game with like 10 with maybe 2 to 3,000 players to 10 or 20,000 people who are playing it because they can just come, they could play, they could see if they like it, they can use all the cool cards with all the cool abilities. They don't ever have to worry about having somebody having a higher level card than them. It changes the dynamic into they have a card I don't have. So
I have a feeling that that conversation is a little bit unfair. First of all, because Matt already mentioned about idea of implementing because you was taking so and so SPS, you got this much. But if you were taking so and so SPS, you would have gotten this much. So as it's not exactly the same, it's still something that is thought about. Second of all, we're talking about implementing changes without even giving the chance to something they worked for so long, the new player experience. We haven't seen how that goes. We haven't seen it in action. We don't know if it will achieve what they're hoping to achieve, but we're judging it before that, saying like, oh, we have a better idea. Well, I mean, it's a good idea, but I'm just saying they already are working on player retention and new player experience. So it's something that's being overhauled as we speak. So I think we should at least give it a chance before judging. And then also you're judging, you're looking at, you're talking about the new players, but you're looking from the perspective of somebody who is proficient in the game, who knows that each level brings new abilities, who knows what works how. For a new player, you're not giving them chance to get into the game.
well,
You're
yeah,
throwing them
I mean, it
max
definitely
level.
changes that whole dynamic of the cards having different abilities at different level. If everybody's playing with max level cards for the
Yeah,
most part,
you're throwing them at max level. You're not giving them any chance to get familiar with tactics and how they can actually use those abilities better. It's just the
the thing
whole
is,
idea about leveling cards is I think in the beginning was just so you progress. Like in the beginning, cards has less abilities. You have less things to consider. There are less rule sets or whatever because you're getting used to the mechanic of the game itself. Then as you progress, it becomes more and more complicated and you try to get better at understanding the game so you can progress even further. So as long as they're working on incentives that incentivize players to move up, knowing that if they move up, they'll be getting more for their time and attention. Sorry, Fidel, I yeah, had to use
yeah,
it.
but that hasn't worked in the past, right? Like one of our big problems in Splinterlands is too many players don't want to put in the extra investment. Even players who love the game. I'll use Bajango's co-host, Mr. Hepthorn. He does not want to put in the extra money to go from gold to diamond. He just
But
wants
that's
to
his
be a
choice.
gold
That's his
player.
decision. There will be that's the player, the
But
current player base that we have. But that doesn't mean that players that come, there won't be any incentives. First of all, second of all, again, we're talking about the complete new player experience, and we don't know what kind of players we'll be getting. But I want to just backtrack a little bit. Another thing that is talking about all the parallel stuff, and you know what? As I said before, a year and a half ago or two, something like that, Gods Unchained was exploding. Like it was becoming so popular. People were just so excited about it. It had the same mechanic of where you get ghost cards, and then you can eventually get them like as real cards, and then you start earning if you get real like the same thing. It was the next shiny thing on the market. So just because uh, the parallel token, which is a brand new ecosystem, was having successful climb for a couple of months. I don't think that means anything, especially since we've been in a kind of a bull run. Well, not a real bull run, but there will be at least a positive sentiment for the cryptosphere. I don't think that shows anything or that's sustainable or that will be going on forever or that will be the next big thing. Just the new thing.
well, yeah, no, I understand your point. I understand your point. I don't. I parallel though. Besides having their game, they're also making another game. So, within their assets, so they're doing a lot of cool things. And but you're right. They're the new hotness, and the new hotness could disappear later.
Yeah,
I do
so the
understand that.
dollar
I think
games.
it's but. The still Splinterlands does have an interesting little niche when it comes to it as that other TCGs don't have. There is no such thing as any other TCG out there where the cards have levels. You have to combine your cards and burn them to get those higher levels to get more abilities, and
That's not even the
that
most important thing that Printerlands
you
have,
know.
but
But
each
that
other doesn't.
that was a new mechanic, and the basic talk about going to this ghost card version of the game where that leveling up isn't about getting abilities anymore, it's about getting more earning potential, is kind of taking another look at a way to look at that combining mechanic and whether or not it's a good thing. Because it, like right now, you have a ton of players who got frustrated and are thinking about quitting the game because they're being forced to play against people who have max level cards or who
They're not
have much higher level cards than
they're
them
not forced.
in the new rank system. Yeah, they are, because the new rank system doesn't separate those players.
No, it
So,
doesn't, but that's why it takes several seasons to actually things go to
well,
where I
yeah,
guess
that's what we
yeah,
hope. That's what we hope that it's going to clean up. But there
that's how
still,
it's
though,
supposed to work.
the way it works right now is if you put the money into the game and you bring a new account in, you could just ramp up and just slaughter people. And like you could move your cards around and like mess around with people and just always just be smashing lower cards and winning a ton and getting like
Ton?
maximum
No, you're not winning a ton. That's the
rewards.
thing.
So
Because you're low levels, you're not winning a ton.
to me, it's just an interesting thought experiment because, like, would Splinterlands work better if the game wasn't so much about level your cards to get abilities and instead was level your cards and get more SPS to earn more, but you can prove that you're a better player than other players because you all now are on a level playing field, and the leagues, since the league have been kind of turned into just an elo rating, there's only one leaderboard. That would make more sense that we're all on an even playing field, kind of, with the X factor being, yes, we do have some cards that you don't get for free, you have to go buy them, because that's what Parallel has done. Maybe we wouldn't have to do that. Maybe everybody just gets everything and it becomes a totally skill-based game, but your earning potential is based on your ownership. And I don't know if that would work better than what we're doing now. But the plain
I'm not
fact of the
sure.
matter is, like, players do not want to buy more assets. They don't want to level up their cards. They're not doing it even after the change, and they're just crying instead that they have
I
to now fight
disagree.
people who did.
I disagree.
Oh,
Some people, because as I said, we wouldn't have seen the spike in Chaos Legion cards if people were not buying stuff, if people were not leveling their decks, if people were not buying new cards. And again, because I asked you a question, but you didn't answer. Oh, well, I mean, it wasn't a question. It was supposed to be a rhetorical question. But what Splinterlands has that none, in my opinion, that none of the other TCGs have, that sets us apart and that makes us long-term sustainable, in my opinion, is that Splinterlands have economy. None of the other games have economy. They have a way to be earning something which comes from somewhere, and it's totally it totally feels like whatever the game the Web3 games were looked at the beginning, like Ponzi schemes where you go early, you make money from the people that come after you, which is not sustainable. So again, we cannot talk about the parallel success after 2 months of having some rise. We cannot talk about any success or sustainability if they're having just recently started and just recently starting acquiring players, because the stuff that Splinterlands had went through and more or less solved, in my opinion, those are hurdles that every game will go through when there is enough incentive. When there is enough earning in parallel, there will be bots in parallel. They have to start solving that problem. There will be people crying that the people that were early are having the latest edition, I mean the oldest edition, and they're having some whatever it is, all those things that we went through.
well, it's different. I mean, I'm not saying people can't bot parallel, but it's a much different game than an auto battler, so it's harder to bot than it is to bot our game.
When there is enough incentive, nothing is hard to bot. Believe me.
But I don't know. Is Hearthstone botted really bad because it's a similar game to Hearthstone?
Well, but Hearthstone, you don't actually own your assets.
True, so maybe nobody needs to bot it.
I mean, there is no money. That's what I'm saying. Whenever there is enough money, there comes the bots. No bot will bother botting
Yeah,
something
like
for
I did
game
see
or
that, like just going over some of the Ink doesn't like it. Bojangles is fighting for it. The main and Ink, I think you're wrong that it would hurt the card market. I think it would help the card market because the idea behind this switching over to this system where everybody gets max cards, Ink, is the idea is that you're going to get a lot more players. And if there's 10 to 20 to 30,000 people that come play Splinterlands now because they can all use max level cards and play the game, then even if they don't want to get their cards to max level for earning potential, if you had 20,000 people that wanted to at least get their cards to silver level or gold level so that they could be earning a little bit more while they were playing the game, then that would drive card prices up on all the sets immensely. The problem now is we don't have enough people here.
But for that, you need to have something meaningful in price of SPS, because nobody's going to invest money if they're going to earn 15 cents a barrel. I mean, and just because we have Web2 players in thousands,
well,
doesn't really mean that we're
again,
having...
if you had 20 or 30,000 new players come into the game who had to stake SPS would probably be doing a little better.
So we don't bring back bots. They have to stake SPS, and they were making good numbers. We had almost 500,000 when the bots were here.
You know what? The argument here is that this would be a better way to do it because you'd have real people playing. Instead of, you're right, we could just let bots come back to Modern, then there'd be a crap load of accounts again. Given bots are always made to extract people who come to play the game with the max level cards and earn and stuff. Some of them are going to like the game. Some of them are going to get into the game. Some of them are going to become influencers. Some of them are going to max out their decks to get maxed earnings. Some of them are going to look at the land portion of the game, and once that's actually in 2.0 and people are crafting cards, they go, whoa, that's kind of cool, and they're going to have money and they're going to take it over there. The idea is to build the player base.
which can
So
also happen also with the people that are brought with the Splinterlands marketing that go through the new player experience. So it's the same. The people that would potentially invest are the same. The people who be see because the game, and I'm honest, the game for people who are not really interested in the earning part of the game is not. It's at the point where it's not really that exciting in a way that you see battles with with lineups that you've seen in hundreds of times, and you're like, oh yeah, this lineup again. And so everybody's playing the same lineups. It's just you're just adjusting them towards the whatever the rule set is, but it feels like it's not really that exciting for a Web 2 game. So if somebody is coming for the I will play for free, I'm not going to earn anything, but I'll have fun. Good luck keeping them or making them interested in potentially earning 15 cents per battle. So
and
if somebody's coming from a marketing of a Web3 game where you own assets and you earn with those assets, they know they're coming for the game to own and earn, hopefully. So they have this mindset already presented to them. If you're telling them, yeah, I can play for free, and while you're playing, we'll try to put you some McDonald's advertisement, some Jack in the Box, and maybe you're like, oh, okay, I'm listening it all the time. Maybe I'll just buy and try it out. Like that's I'm not sure that will be worth the time and the changes. And I might be totally wrong. I'm just sharing my opinion.
yeah, no, it's fine. I didn't expect you to totally agree with me. It's better that you don't. But to Alex, I know individual people that use bots might not be extractors, but every bot farm is an extractor. Anybody who's turning up hundreds of accounts or thousands of accounts is looking to get that money back that they put in to make those accounts. So they're not usually people who are investing very much. They stake the absolute minimum that they have to stake. Like the old trick they used to do was they would literally like move cards around from account to account, play all 50 energy, let it recharge for 2 days, and move the cards over somewhere. We literally had to increase the time that you couldn't use a card when you moved it to accounts because bots were doing that. They were
Yeah,
taking
but
one
now
set of cards and moving them to another account to do
but now
50
the
more
SPS is
matchups. So
now the SPS is staked. You cannot just move it. You
you
can
could delegate
probably
it.
delete.
You,
Okay,
you
but
can delegate it from one master account to 10 different bot accounts that have 10 sets of cards and they play them all 50 matches. You remove all the delegations, you redo the delegations to 10 new ones, you move the cards over, those 10 play, you pull it back, you do it again. And that's how they were doing it. And so that's why they had to change it so that the cooldown was longer on your cards when they get moved from one account to another account so that you can't do that anymore so effectively as they were able to do it. So it's the bots, the bot extractors, the big guys, they if they can find a way to get that money and get those extra battles in, then they'll do that. They can't do it anymore, Alex. They could do it, but Ape's gonna go play big time. No, Ape, you're gonna outlevel me. I'm still streaming. I've been playing big time with Ape and Play-Doh, so that's my new game of choice of the new games, guys. And I am gonna start streaming it more, but I am gonna try to make some Splinterlands videos eventually here. I know I haven't been making any content other than doing this live, and I feel a little bad. I've just been so busy. And like we were in this weird hiatus right now with no lots of announcements, but no town halls, no nothing like that. So
so can I bring now my point?
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up to talk for a little while before is your surprise what you messaged me?
Hmm?
Is the surprise the thing you dropped in our chat? Am I supposed to bring this up?
Yeah, it's not a surprise, but yeah, I messaged you, so yeah, we can. I mean, I don't think it has been. I haven't seen being talked much, and people might be sleeping on it. So, and we are a Splinterverse show, so we cater about the Splinterverse in general. and I think that's something that
How do I?
might be game changing, pun intended,
How
and
do I? Let's see.
it kind of actually makes me excited to just see it. So I want to hear your thoughts. I don't know if you saw it, if you paid
Nope,
attention.
I haven't seen this. So I did listen to the GLS town hall where they talked about oh, what is this? Stupid Microsoft Edge. So here is the first look at the new look for GLS. Right, this is for season 2. I did hear the town hall. Season 2 is coming. There's going to be a way you can turn your season 1 cards into season 2 cards. Season 1 cards are still going to have a pool to earn from, at least in the first season of season 2. I don't know if they will after that. But you can always, I think, theoretically turn them into season 2 cards. I don't know if we won't know what happens when season 3 comes out until season 3 comes out. Obviously, the nice thing here, you're seeing more of a full. Is
It's
this full
soccer.
11?
Yeah, I mean, not soccer.
Yeah,
It's football. That's football. That
yeah.
already is football. For me, it feels football. And I mean, I don't even know the details, but just seeing that picture makes me excited about the game
The one thing
because
that's
it does
kind of
look like a football
interesting,
game.
this looks like a much different game than the
Yeah,
current one that none of
yeah,
us
that's what
like.
I'm saying.
Because these little squares that they're showing here, which I'm guessing means that this is this guy's movement ability, right? Who has
Yeah,
the
it sounds
ball.
to me like King's, what was it, Magic? What was it, like this turn-based strategy games where you have a certain amount of moves?
Yeah, yeah.
Of
So
Civilization, for example.
yeah, or Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day used to be a game that you played like this. I think where like you might be able to
Heroes
be
of
like
Might and Magic I was talking about, but yeah.
yeah, yeah, but games like that. So this looks like more like a real game where you'd have to position your people and then move them around and then pass and shoot, and there still are percentages here. And I like how they show like this guy that's behind the two defenders. You don't have a good chance. You have almost no chance to score from here. That's what I'm guessing what this is.
Yeah, probably.
Because I doubt that you're trying to kick it out of bounds. This pass you got a decent shot at, but this guy might intercept. Is what it's showing you. This guy who's wide open, easily you could kick it back to him. So it's definitely going to be one of those things where it's good that they realized that the game sucked, and Jeffrey Jones loved FF Tactics. Yeah. So that's what this kind of reminds me of. So there's going to be lots of decision making. It looks like it's
Yeah.
going to be more of an active game. And this has got me kind of excited, especially since I'm holding a stupid bag of GLS and I needed to go back up.
Turn-based
But
strategy games is my thing, and when you combine that with soccer, I would say it for the Americans, but when you combine that with football, well, sign me up. I mean, I'm happy that
yeah,
I
gathering the token is pretty cheap right now. You can get GLUSD, which counts for $1 in the store when the season 2 packs come out, and they're running at I think about 60 cents on the dollar right now. So you're getting a 40% discount if you want to stack up on some GLX stable coins.
I just wanted to bring it up. Of course, not a financial advice, but people might be sleeping on it, and it might be a big thing. So, I mean, do what you will with the information, but that's how supposedly the
Yeah,
new
we do.
look of GLX will be.
Yeah. A little note on my account. I did do a little bit of shopping. With card prices down, I went and I looked at the summoners, and there were people dumping level 6 ones, so they're all up a level. They're not maxed, but they all went up a level.
Good job.
I'm working on it. They're getting closer. I need another person to want to dump a card with about 100 copies or like 80 copies. So I transferred in some DEC for the to get ready for the promo card, and just to do a little bit of shopping on these. So I've almost got them maxed out, but Jangles keeps crushing me with this one. So it's quite frustrating. Now he beat me down in a tournament the other day with this one in a silent summoner, and he did like a sneak lineup that I'm like, I definitely can't do that lineup, and it's pretty good. So,
Yeah.
um, in battling, I had been doing good this season, and the last like 3 days have been really shitty. Oh, I had to log back in apparently. So my battles for the season are now negative. Not by a lot, but I'm 201 and 206. I still am in Champ 3. Just I pretty much I go up to about here, and then I fall back to about there in Diamond, and then come back to about here, and then fall back to about there. It is an interesting system, only going up and down 20 at a time. I can't get enough streaks, to stay
Well,
there.
it's not even streaks. I mean, yeah, because your
Well,
percentage
you
has
have to
to be
not
over
lose.
70.
You gotta keep winning. I had a
Yeah,
nice little streak here to get back into champ, but I mean, these lineups. I still feel like I'm facing some lineups that look a little bit suspect at times.
my Archmage is mid champion too. Just saying.
Well, in wild,
Yeah. Oh yeah, wow, of course. But
but
I don't care as much about the SPS. I care more about the reward cards, and that works for me. There's no hit on the reward cards on the chests, so I'm happy. Happy
yeah. What I
camper.
really have to stop falling victim of, I think, until this whole bot thing changes, is I really want to be in champion. So I have a lot of vouchers, so I keep buying energy to get back into champion so I could restart my quest in champion. And then I get knocked out and I have to fight back in. And if I'm having a hard time, I buy more energy. So I'm going to be
Yeah,
a
you have.
voucher buyer, guys, apparently.
Yeah, you're probably buying a lot of energy because
Yeah,
you have
I have 400
76
battles.
you have 76 champion chests, so
Yeah.
I
So,
have 332.
oh yeah, you have a decent amount too. I've bought 20 energy twice. So not a
I never
crazy amount,
I
but
never bought energy.
of course that's probably where the extra 40ish battles, had that I'm at 407. So,
7, but yeah, that's where it comes from.
yeah, I don't like getting diamond chest gathering. I know. I probably should just get over it and get them for a little while until this all changes a little bit and the bots are gone. The ratings are crazy though. These guys are so high, and I'm like, man, I suck. I get stuck right here.
Well, I'm think I'm thinking the Battle Helpers is still running rampant, so yeah.
You know what? It would be. If they're still running rampant after Skylar got hired to stop
No,
them.
well, I mean, what he
That
haven't
I
actually.
know he needs time, but it is kind of like a. Are these people just trying to earn as much as they can before they get
Last hurrah.
last hurrah? Because maybe because they got the sign that they don't need to um what do you call it there, that they're not going to get in trouble.
Oh no, they were like, okay, yeah, you put the stamp. Anyway, you're going to put stamp on my name. Might as well get full advantage of it. Stamp being marked. What the? I thought it was pretty clear that the penalties banning their modern abilities being marked. What? So yeah, shame, shame, shame. Come on.
Hey, yes, we do need. Hey, can we get a bell?
You're
What is
asking me?
Bolt A? Only 300 diamond chests. What? Can you earn 300 diamond chests in a season, or does it not cap out at 150 if you're earning diamond
Well, I mean,
champion?
if you're counting only the season chests, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, I did earn diamond chests for the like first 2 or 3 days of this season because I'm only in diamond 3. If I finish in
You,
diamond 3, I go down to diamond 2, so I have to fight out, and it was
you
kind
know,
of
you know
cool,
that.
I guess. Yeah,
You,
modern diamond is dangerous, man. You get dropped down there, you start playing like I'm playing people
well,
that I
I
don't
know.
recognize doing like all
Been
these
there,
crazy lineups.
been there, done that. But what I'm saying, people can, that with Splinter Share, they can see exactly how much chest you're earning. So somebody might have done the research that you have earned so far total of around
Oh,
300?
I've only earned 300 diamond chests. Yeah, well, I usually play in champion, so I usually earn champion chests. Bolts. I don't earn very many diamond. I didn't used to earn any diamond because I used to be making it into champion 1 all the time, but I haven't been able to do it since the new rating system happened. I think the new rating system coincided with the bots coming back in mass with battle helpers, so that's kind of why I think I can't get there right now, but I could be wrong. So
Oh, I know that that's why you cannot. That's why I made what I needed to do. Yeah, obviously, after this season, I'm incentivized to go back to playing manual. So, yeah, I'll I'll sacrifice my peace and my and my nerve system. But I mean, it is what it is. We'll battle
yeah.
through it, and hopefully,
Oh, Bolts only earns bronze or silver chest. Yeah, yeah,
without
I get it. You know,
toppers.
everybody's gonna earn where they are. So, wonder what will be in the mystery chest: skins, potions. I don't know. Mystery potions used to get you that the crazy promo cards or a common card. So
Did I
you're
not read the whole article careful? Did there be a mystery chest too?
I don't remember. I didn't. I haven't read the whole article. I'm bad.
Well,
Oh
you
wait,
on
wrong
different
one.
article,
Wrong one.
so yeah.
This one. So there's the Soulbound reward card droll chest. I guess I'll just. Oh no, wait. The
Oh,
magic.
that's for the future
Oh no.
item.
Okay.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's for the future items. That's okay.
Oh yeah, mystery chest. Future
Yeah, but
items.
future items.
As mentioned above, we hope to continue to add. Yeah, this is what I said. They were going to keep adding things. So
Yeah, yeah, and this might include.
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they actually put into those.
Yeah.
I have to admit, the GLS thing does look pretty cool. Sorry,
Well,
after
I'm
I
just wondering
close
why
out.
you swept it under the rug so quickly because yeah, just you're like, ah, yeah, okay, cool. Let
Well,
me
I've
show
followed the
the tech
chat. You
version.
know, they went into it. We talked about it a little bit. We talked that you could get a discount on the token. If you think it's going to be hot, then it's pretty good. Oh yeah, but Jangles has said, I don't know where do they have to say this. If you already know the titles, which is kind of dangerous, Bajangles, because somebody knows the name of those titles. Hopefully, it doesn't get leaked by Skylar or someone. No, just joking. Um, the that he'll give you a 50k SBS delegation. So, do they have to, just get a hold of you and put in their guest either on Discord or on your videos, Bajangles? I'm not positive.
No,
Maybe let the chat know.
they have to fly to Southeast Asia and give him the envelope
Oh,
personally.
give him an envelope with the guest. You have to
Yeah.
give it to him in person.
So he will open them at once they're revealed.
Has there
Be it
been? Did
okay.
I miss anything on Arcade Colony? Any updates? Because aren't we getting towards the time where
No,
theoretically
you
we are
have
supposed to be able to race?
I don't think you have missed anything. It just yeah. I think people I mean I didn't even have to I even have didn't have to bring the GOX thing. Just I'm thinking that people will be sleeping on it, and I want at least our audience to at least be mindful about it and maybe have a look or whatever. But I mean, yeah, I think it was worth mentioning.
No, yeah, no. I'm glad you showed it to me. I totally missed that. I saw the town hall, and I heard that new gameplay was coming, but I didn't see that they teased it out. So I totally missed that. I'm in too many discords.
I know, I feel your pain. I don't think there are any details on when details will be, but probably next town hall, which is next Thursday, right? Or what, did they change the day again? Is it next Thursday, the next town hall?
Um, well, there was supposed. I don't know. Have they said? Let me go see. Have there been any announcements on when the next town hall is?
I think that was. previously announced when they said that there won't be town hall this week because somebody cannot make it. Matt somebody, Matt being that somebody cannot make it, so they move it to the next week, I think, or move it to the next date, which will be in 2 weeks. I don't know, but I think should be around next week for the changes to be discussed. I don't know. So I'm not sure. That's why I was asking if you know.
No, I don't know. Does anybody in the chat know if
I mean, I can always check the events,
Oh, that's funny. So Bolts
but
is saying he wants them to be able to purchase Trump's hair for your summoners, and Alex wants a mullet, Trump mullets on his characters. That's good. That's
so
good.
SPS down how with DC. So yeah, there is no town hall scheduled. We don't know when the next town hall is. At least there is no event for it. So at least I don't
Yeah, I
know.
forgot to throw up our basic background of. Oh, deck is back up a little bit. Last time I saw it was like 8.8, so back in the 90s. Poor SBS, it was 3 cents, and now it's 2 cents. I'm actually thinking about buying some SPS because my bot account is making it too high, so he needs more SPS because he's getting less earnings than he could be getting.
You have my blessings.
Vouchers went back down to 4 cents, which is good because I need to buy some vouchers. Hive is at 42 cents, so that's good. That's not a bad price. Let's see. Let's look at some expected values. Chaos Legion packs are still barely over their price. Dice packs are way under their price. Oh, Rebellion packs are looking pretty good on
Yeah,
the secondary market.
I feel
And
that they always have.
Untamed packs and dice are way upside down. The holders want much more than they're worth.
Yeah,
The script tokens at 60 cents. Colony tokens 0.003.
1-3.
Yeah, 113. I'm sorry. Let's see. Do they have? Oh, you know what we're not talking about is the push and shove token, which has been doing pretty good. But
We never brought Crypto Eater here,
yeah,
so
the coin launched. It's out. I need to do my video on it. I haven't bought any. Of course, it went up like 13,000%. So it's memeing. It's doing meme token things. So
good. I'm happy because it's in the community.
yeah, and he's in the community, and it does kind of have some it can help SPS just slowly because of the natural locks and buys and locks that it does, but that's going to take time for it to even make a difference. So Alex says, since you all let me get my Central League packs for under $1, I'll let you all know in April if we get a big dip. I'm going to go heavy on SPS. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying some more because I need it for that bot account. Like, if he's going to make it into Diamond, he needs a lot more SPS. He used to play in low gold. So,
Yeah.
ooh, gatherings though. The Elthane is under $4 right now, which is interesting. I still use Elthane a decent
It's a
amount.
steal.
Yeah,
Oh, it's very useful, man.
yeah, it is.
With the power core, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about buying any more older cards. I have like those 300 packs of Chaos Legion. I have a max Chaos Legion set, and then I have 2 sets that are like level 5 ish, like mid level. So I don't know if I need more, but it is cheap. Oh, hey, Extreme Player. Good to see you. Good to
Hey,
see you. I think
Extreme
we're
Player.
getting near the end of the show, but it's good
Yeah.
to see you. I'm doing all right. Got a little bit of a cold, but it's not too bad.
I guess better late than never, but yeah, we're almost about to wrap it up. So you have to watch the replay, which is available for free for a limited time on YouTube.
Yeah, or you could watch it on Hive, where you can give us a vote, and
Oh,
that's
you can
cool
do
too.
that. Oh, you can
But,
do that.
though I'll have to make sure to share it. I don't remember. Did I share last week's? I think I might have
No
forgot.
idea. I have no idea.
So Wow, land plots are under $25. So Gathering the Magic is outing himself that he's been buying more gold foil epics for land and buying land plots. So he's still getting into the land game, which we don't really talk about much here.
Yeah, there were questions from Boris Visit recently when Land 2.0, but we don't know, and whatever it comes. I don't care.
We don't really know because the next thing on the team's thing is this whole new player experience changes they want to make, and then the marketing push.
Yeah, it's more like when land, because that's what we have in the moment. It's not land. It has nothing to do with land. It's just a way to utilize the earning of correctly.
Oh, you know what? We're talking about land. You guys all reminded me. I have a plot that I need to finish. So we'll do a little maintenance while we're here. Do. Work site ready.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Extreme Player. I mean, I was joking. I mean, of course, it's your decision whether you watched. I'm just saying that we have been for a while, and since it's a second week without Town Hall, it's kind of like there were news, but it's not that much. So we are not going probably to. Yeah, I mean, I think we're about to wrap up. It's already an hour and a half, and I think for a low non-Town Hall Thursday, we can end a little bit early.
Yeah, any last minute questions you guys want to know? I do agree with Gathering that if you have extra funds and you are into land, it might be interesting to pay attention to when no one else is, but you have to be a pretty big believer. I'm not selling any of my land, so I'm a pretty big believer, but just know that we still do not know if land will ever reach its final form.
Yeah, and we'll come
to believers.
We'll come to a point probably in the future when it's like a land plot is $300-$400, and people will be like, "Yeah, well, they're so expensive. I mean, how come they're so expensive? I cannot afford." Well, I mean, because when they were cheap, you didn't want to afford. Decision.
In Extreme, I'm pretty sure all titles give bonuses on land. You just have to know the rarity of the title to know what size bonus it'll give. Most of them are 10%, and then there's like a couple that are 25, and maybe I think that's the highest they go. It's 25, but
I think 50 because it's like rare, epic, and legendary. So
I thought it was 25, like 15 and 10, but I might be wrong.
You might be wrong. You might be right, though.
I could go check. I have one of the really rare titles on one of my lands. Because I have the High Roller title.
No kidding.
Yeah. I like to pretend like I'm a High Roller, even though I'm not.
Well, I mean, fake it till you make it. You know how it goes.
Is it in this one? Oh, not Harvest. Manage. No, wait.
Huh.
Oh, wait. I put it on the SPS. Ooh, maybe I should move it now. Boost. Oh, no. I put it on the keep.
Okay. Makes sense. Maybe.
Oh, no. No, I didn't.
Well,
where the hell is that thing?
Stevie has no titles.
No, I have it on something.
We'll sort them by rarity, and it's probably in your legendary.
Did I put it on my legendary?
Maybe the other keep.
Well, these boosts are at 250%. This one is at 340%.
Yeah, go check first that one, 340.
Yeah, VIP. There it 50%. Is, 50%. So you were right. The super rare ones are 50%.
It's okay. It happens I mean, as Tails would say, even the broken watch is right twice a day, so. He left us early today, I feel. He was not amused by our show. Tails.
Sorry. Oh man, sorry guys. Yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'll get over this cold. I'll get back to making some more content on what's going on, and hopefully, the team delivers on this new reward store. The Skylar thing works out, and we don't have to go to the crazy idea that I brought up of giving everybody max level ghost cards.
Well, I mean, we'll see what it happens, but yeah, thanks guys for checking us out. Thanks for being with us, and thanks for the many of comments. I mean, we didn't answer to all of them, but we're trying our best. Thanks again, and see you probably, hopefully, next week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.